All right, hopefully back to break the internet with this video. We've done a few of this truck, but all the time get people that ask, why do we love these CXTs so much? And why are they just ever increasing in value? And I will tell you, I've told everybody that's owned one of these, and we have sold a lot of them. This is one of the few vehicles I can sell to somebody and say it's an investment. And I can promise to you, this is no different. This truck is an investment. Why is that? Well, let's just consider today, 2023, October. International decides they want to build a truck like this again. They have all the ability to do it, even though their relationship with Ford, which allowed them to have the Ford bid and all the other stuff that they did. If they built this truck today, it would probably cost $250, let's say, roughly, because they were $120 to $150 back in 2005 and 2006. So that's not bad, all right? $250, you know, somebody's got plenty of money, they'll buy that truck. But here's the thing, they'll get a brand new truck, they'll get 0 miles, but they're going to get an emissions truck that there's no way around. Yeah, you could delete it, then you're illegal. This truck does not have emissions. This truck has a 1,000,000-mile capable motor. This truck is built when trucks were really built strong, before emissions crap came into play. Now, this truck, if you have a breakdown, anybody can get it fixed. And when we sell these trucks, I've sold them to guys that have got 2022, 2023 F450s. You can buy one of those all day long. It's gonna break down. It's not gonna go 1,000,000 miles. It's proven. I've got a parking lot across the street full of tow truck related vehicles and commercial vehicles with 100,000 to 150,000 miles that have already got blown motors or getting replacement motors. They don't build them like they used to. That statement could not be stronger. The other thing is, buying this truck in the very limited amount they were made, they make more Ford F350s and Chevy Denali's a week. Shucks, they probably make more per day than the total number of these CXT trucks were built ever. CXT, what does that stand for? Commercial Extreme Truck. And daggone if it's not. Now, if you haven't watched the other videos of this truck is, the best we can tell, a Mossy Oak show truck. We don't know the history. We don't know anybody that can tell us the history. If you know the history, surely tell us. We have the original front seats that still have the Mossy Oak pattern, which are absolutely flawless. The truck only has 11,000 miles, 11,584. But they put these legacy seats in here, which have all the extra adjustments to them, and they are comfortable. They were not cheap, but they are comfortable. It's got the upgraded overhead TV DVD system. The factory ones always broke and started hanging down. That's a nice upgrade. Push button Allison, not the shifter Allison. A nice upgraded stereo head unit. Factory trailer brake control. Well, I would say factory. That may have been added at the factory, may have been added aftermarket, but it's an older one. Still got the plastic in the floor. Original plastic in the floor. In the other videos, we mentioned the tires. These tires are date code correct. And we love to validate things, because we all know back in these days, people could do all kinds of shady stuff with Carfaxes and auto checks and everything else. Bam! 2005 date code tires that are basically brand spanking new. So for sure, proper 11,000 miles on this truck. This truck will include 6 brand new tires of the customer choice, unless you're going to put it in a showroom somewhere and never drive it and make it a museum piece. We do not want the safety aspect to ruin this truck, so we will be installing 6 new tires at the price. And/or we will negotiate and remove these and change them. We left the factory International mud flaps, even though we have our own custom ones. We are replacing the airbags on the cab as they are seeping, which all of them do after 5 or 6 years. These are original. We're going to replace those. The truck just got a full service, a Virginia inspection for safety. All the fluids were gone over and or changed and topped off. Filters done as well. No check engine lights, no trouble codes, no beepers, no buzzers, no ABS lights, nothing with this truck. Now back to the truck, and not just CXT in general. Options for these were from the factory upgraded bumpers. This one has had bumpers changed, does not have the factory bumpers any longer, but it does have the hideaway hitch, embroidered CXT. Embroider's not the right name for metalwork, but also the mossy oak symbol. The other option on these was the dump bed. Check, it's got the dump bed. Air ride suspension, most did not have. Check, air ride suspension. Also air ride cab. Rear bumper's also modified. I'm not gonna flip it up in this video, but this lid lifts up. You can store your rifles and hardware, straps, chains, whatever you want to put in there. Going to the inside, some of them had just the basic interior. This has the nicer plush carpet. Full fitted floor mat over top the carpet. Mossy oak embroidered there. The entertainment system was an option, which also had an updated head unit, which would have been very annotated and old. This has a more updated one than that. For the last option, and I can say we have only had 2, maybe 3 others, was the engine. 466 DT was the main engine. Excellent motor. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. A little bit underpowered, but lasted forever. Who cares? You're not trying to run a race. This has the 570, the big boy motor, which also gets backed up with the big boy transmission. I always forget in these videos to mention these are 4x4, but of course, the monster, biggest truck on earth, would have to be a 4x4. We also sometimes leave out in our description, world's largest pickup, production pickup. Well, obviously people have built bigger pickup trucks, there's bigger dump trucks, there's bigger everything else. This was a production pickup truck that you could drive without a CDL license. A normal grandma could buy this truck and drive it home back in the day, and still can today. There's no special license required. So this is still, and it was all over every magazine cover back in the day, but this was still undeniably the world's largest factory production pickup truck ever made. Still is. Maybe one day will be beat, but not today. And as far as we know, this is a one of one color. The international dealer that we bought this from, yes, this did come to us from an international dealer, vouched for this color being factory on the order sheet, and as far as we can tell, one of one. So you're probably looking at one of the rarest vehicles, rarer than a Bugatti, rarer than a Ferrari, rarer than a Lamborghini, whatever all these other hypercars are. They make 10, 20, 30, 40 of them all the same. This is rarer than the rarest of those. And it's actually something that not only can you get all the attention that all of those are going to get with this truck, but you can use it. Heck, go get gravel and dump it in your driveway. Go get mulch if you want. Who cares? I mean, it's usable for that. It's got a very heavy-duty hitch setup on it. So depending on what you're going to tow, it should be totally ready to go for towing. Put 5 people in it with seat belts legally. Carry a crew. We had one of these we turned into an actual work truck. Hate that now. That was 10 years ago. Looking back, that was a big regret. But anyway, long and short of it, he used it for a platform to work off of and build second-story decks. Here we are with a 2006 11,000-mile 4x4 world's largest production pickup CXT International 570 loaded. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Drop your comments, correct anything I said wrong. Feel free. If you know anybody else that's had more of these trucks than us, reach out. I'd like to know them. I'd like to talk to them. This one here though is the real deal all the way around. DavisAutoSales.com. Commercial trucks galore. Plenty of inventory. call or email at any time.